back for the second installment this week. Yes, the Great Picard Trivia is returned with questions 6 through 10. What are the answers? Where you got to go? And a little bit of Star Trek trivia to go in with it as well. How about we jump into game? Well, we're already in game. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and this is Star Trek Fleet Command. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, it's back for a second run. We literally just finished the last batch only literally a couple of hours ago. But obviously question 6 through 10 are up and running. So I thought, actually, I didn't do a video for 1 through 5. How about I do a video for at least for 6 through 10, even though I covered 1 through 5 in my live stream just under 24 hours ago, so do check that out. Always full of useless information. But anyway, starting off with question number 6. So the first question of today. Picard has met many captains in his lifetime. However, meeting Benjamin Sisko in person was an interesting one. He lets Picard know he has met him before. On what ship was Sisko when he first met Picard? Now, you could argue on a couple of points on this one. 1. Sisko was not a captain when he met Picard on both occasions. He was not a captain. And the second, and on the first occasion, Picard wasn't even Picard. He was Locutus of Borg. This was a battle of Wolf 359. Looks like my music doesn't want to play tonight, so we'll leave that off. The Battle of Wolf 359 on Stardate 44001.4. And, of course, it was the Soyuz class USS Saratoga. Yes, one of the older starships. It had like a gun thingy pointing at the top. I don't know what that actually was, but it was it. I think it was that. Had that on the top of it. But it was a Soyuz class, and it was the USS Saratoga. So, of course, you've got to go to Belarus, Belarus, to actually go kill one hostile. Now, where you're going to find Belarus, the interesting bit is backing out and all these bloody buttons that you got to press. So, it's not all the way up here in Federation space. It's actually down here, just to the south of Rogue Space. It's a level 12 system. It's a G2 crystal system. So, yeah, go smack a hostile in there. My Meridian had fun running around on this one. So, next up, question number 7. What is Picard's favourite tea? Now, obviously, there are multiple different types of teas around the world, but this one is a predominantly I think it's an English tea. I can't remember, but it's definitely not herbal because he's relatively relaxed as it is. An oolong tea, yeah, okay, and green tea, obviously, it's just another, green tea, another form of herbal tea or something like that. But anyway, this one was Earl Grey. This is the one that Picard constantly asked for in his ready room, going up to the replicator and saying, Earl Grey hot. So obviously he gets his Earl Grey, comes out. Basically, go mine some dilithium. So just find a dilithium system and you'll be able to go mine some dilithium. Now, this next one, read it closely because I didn't. I actually thought there were 2 answers in this. Yeah, and I went for the wrong one. I read this as, which is Picard's famous quote? Now, I missed the capital letter word there, not. I missed that, and I made a right boo-boo. So I went off mining Parsteel, believing the answer was C. What we leave behind is not as important as how we lived. Now, that is a big quote, and I do remember that quote. It was from Star Trek Generations. They literally just, Picard and Riker were looking through the damaged ready room for Picard's picture album. After the Enterprise D obviously won but lost its fight against a G-type warbird commanded by the Duras sisters. Obviously, they used Geordi with his visor to get the Enterprise's shield frequency and was able to inflict some severe damage. The biggest damage actually came when the disruptors hit the port nacelle as the Enterprise was trying to bank away. That was the actual biggest part. They obviously sent a bit of reflux back. Reflux? It went back into the warp core and obviously ended up causing a eventual warp core breach. And as we all know, the Enterprise separated and the Saucer section tried to run away. Fortune was caught in the shockwave, lost its stabilizing thrusters, and ended up going into the planet with Deanna Troi at the helm. So obviously the Enterprise was wrecked, well and truly. It's the first time we saw Data actually cry, having the emotion chip installed, which he did actually have installed that episode, but it's the first time we saw him cry when he found Spot, because I don't even think Spot crossed his mind until obviously he picked him up. But yeah, so I thought it was that. Yeah, how wrong was I? But the answer is actually, sometimes it's better to have loved than not to have loved at all. Now, this is a famous quote, and if anyone who actually really does know, go to the episode. Now, I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly because I think it's French. Merenja à Troy. This was the episode where Riker and Troy were taking some shore leave on Beta Z during some ceremony. And there was obviously sat down at a picnic. Loxana Troy comes in with... I forgot his bloody name now. Mr. Hom. And obviously come in, they're looking for a place to do, and they join them. And obviously Loxana, Deanna and Riker are kidnapped by a Ferengi named Targ, who has developed a fascination for Loxana and wants to make her his lover. And obviously towards the end of the episode, Riker and Troy return to the Enterprise and they need to get Loxana back out of Tog's hands. And this was where Patrick Stewart's Shakespearean acting really came in, and it's quite a comical scene, if I'm honest. I would put the scene up for you, but unfortunately, I tried to record it off Paramount Plus, on screen recording. Unfortunately, I came up with a black screen. Plenty of words, plenty of noise in the background. Yeah. But anyway, there'd also be a chance of a copyright claim against it as well. But anyway, the answer is D. Sometimes it's better to have loved than not to have loved at all. So, now the other two sayings I've not actually... I've not actually heard, but Fear is the greatest destroyer. So I couldn't even hazard a guess on what episode that is. It might be one of the episodes I find boring, so I don't watch it. Things are only impossible until they are not. Again, that's another episode that I probably don't watch because I consider it boring. But hey-ho, I mean, we all have our boring episodes. We all have our episodes we absolutely enjoy. For some reason, the cable off my electric heater doesn't want to be, wants to really annoy me. But anyway, so the answer is D, and obviously go mine one piece of titanium. Job's a good one. Question 9. In the TNG episode, in what TNG episode did Picard first encounter Q? Well, this, of course, is going to be B, Encounter at Farpoint. This is where Q literally put humanity on trial. He originally boarded the Enterprise in a light form and turned around and told them to turn around and go home for being an aggressive species who shouldn't... Basically, monsters who should be on a leash and not let out of a cage. Basically... obviously, there are 3 other episodes here from season 1 of The Next Generation. Lonely Among Us. I can't remember quite what that episode was about, but I think that's an episode I do sort of skip. Angel 1, that's where the Enterprise is sent to retrieve some survivors of the Odin. Yeah, the Odin, and obviously they end up staying. It's a matriarchal society ruled by women, the men actually walk around wearing perfume. So in a complete switch. So it's quite interesting to see. And obviously Riker ends up in bed with the First Lady, or yeah, whatever she was called. I can't remember what she was called. And then when the bow breaks, this was another one. When the bow breaks, I think this was the one with the mysterious planet that was under a cloaking device, where it's a technologically advanced civilization. They wanted the children of the Enterprise, but because of the cloaking device had actually destroyed their atmosphere, and basically they couldn't reproduce or have babies. It took the Enterprise to fix their ozone layer and actually help them. And the problem is, because they've become so placid about their own technology, didn't realise what it was doing, the crew of the Enterprise gave them some help. If I remember, that's the episode. I think that is actually the episode. But the answer to this question is Encounter at Farpoint. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to recommend of some of the acting, but season 1 was a little bit... Yeah, it was more aimed at trying to be like the original series. But, hey ho, there are some good episodes in season 1. I can't complain. But anyway, Encounter at Farpoint is go destroy one hostile in Paris. Paris is actually an interesting one because it is still a level 12 system. And it is actually located just up here. Right here. Paris, next to the swarm systems, to the left of OPA, south of Federation space. So pop in there, go kill a hostile. And then last but not least will be question number 10. Where are we? There it is. Which of these actors is not portrayed by Jean-Luc Picard? The answer to this one is C, James McAvoy, who actually, from what I've heard, he played Professor X in some of the recent X-Men, obviously replacing Patrick Stewart in that one. So now Tom Hardy is the only other one that I actually know who actually portrayed a version of Picard in Star Trek Nemesis. As for Marcus Nash and David Birkin, not got a clue. I've not actually looked into who they are and what parts they played. But James McAvoy is the one to actually go. So you go to Burn-In and actually destroy a hostile in there as well. So where's Burn-In? Well, that's a level 8 system actually, surprisingly. So we'll nip into the little the little finder, type in Burn-In, off we go, and come out. And so you can see it's a little system right here, and it's actually quite a bit further. It's actually between Origin space and Rogue space. So yeah, I'm just trying to find another waypoint around it. So you got Marula there, so you could consider that as a near point. Just, what is it, about 4 o'clock? Yeah, about 3:30, 4 o'clock from that level 7 system. Malure. I can't pronounce half these names. But anyway, so that is the questions. That's the answers. And some information for you. Now, obviously, because I completed the meta, I get to pull this chest. Yee! So, we did I did a pull on live stream where I got 3 Galanar shards. And I got 25 Katinga blueprints, which was actually not too bad. So, what are we going to get today? Well, we're going to find out. Okay, so we got 3 beta this time. Yeah. Okay, so not exactly the best RNG pulls I've had, but for officers. But it is what it is. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did you actually enjoy the Great Picard trivia? I did. Tonight's was relatively easy with the exception of question 8 and question 10. 10 was a little bit of a tough cookie. But I just, I'll go through the answers. I knew Tom Hardy was one. So that was one location I didn't have to go to. So just basically go to the others until it actually scored. Easiest way around it for me. So killed a bit of time. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. I'm Admiral Pegasus. This is the Pegasus Show, saying stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.